The Boston Celtics find themselves in an 0-2 hole to the New York Knicks, and that all rests on the single left hand of Jayson Tatum. Now, we won't go into the real reasons why the Celtics are losing, like how they're only focused on shooting threes and then go cold like the Houston Rockets circa 2018, or how Joe Mazzulla doesn't know how to draw up plays and the Celtics only target mismatches, he doesn't know how to make adjustments and he's getting exposed this year, or how Jaylen Brown is hurt and Jayson Tatum simply isn't good enough to backpack a team. We're not going to talk about any of that. We're going to be talking about the final play and how we got here. Now we start here in an after timeout play because OG Anunoby stepped out of bounds. I honestly like what they did here. They bring up Al Horford all the way to half court to set the screen. And in a realistic, normal world, you would just have OG Anunoby go under. But because we're playing in the NBA playoffs, moving screens are allowed, grabbing the defensive players allowed, grabbing the offensive players allowed. So by all standard definitions, this is a moving screen, should be called for a whistle. OG Anunoby gets completely smacked out of the way, leaving Mitchell Robinson on an island. Is he in drop? Is he in switch? Doesn't matter anymore. Now he's got to cover Jayson Tatum, except Jayson Tatum has a full head of steam, goes down through the paint, slams it down. Easy 2 points, Celtics take the lead. And the key to this play is that it was drawn up so fast, they moved at such high speeds that the defense was not prepared at all and didn't know how to counter this. Enter the next play. Jalen Brunson goes to the free throw line, hits 2 free throws, and they try to run the same thing again, only this time they don't have the after timeout surprise factor and they're not as set up. Jayson Tatum brings the ball up the court. Al Horford doesn't even realize that he's supposed to be setting a screen until he's here. You notice the difference of half court versus just above the 3-point line. OG Anunoby is fighting. Mitchell Robinson shows, gets switched on to Jayson Tatum. Tatum tries to blow by, and then he ends up in the hands of OG Anunoby. The Knicks switch back, and Mitchell Robinson swarms because this is an end of clock situation. If this pass gets off, Jaylen Brown open for a game-winning 3-point shot, but Mikal Bridges, like he's done in the last game, seals the deal with his defense. Problem is, and why the Celtics lost, is that the Celtics try to run the same play again, and this is the difference between the regular season and the playoffs. Regular season, you run the play over and over and over until the other team can stop you. A lot of times when you're playing a team like fucking Wizards or the Nets, they're not going to be able to stop you until you run it 5-6 times in their face. This is the playoffs where everybody is good, everybody's elite, everybody's trying to win. Fool me once.
Fool me once, shame on you. If fool me, we can't get fooled again.
Now the Professor Airball secret that I'm letting you in on now is that when a play works in the clutch, you don't run the same play, but you have plays that look similar and counter what the other team does when they realize that you're running the same play again. So effectively, you counter their counter before they can counter you so that the counter doesn't get countered. Unfortunately, the Celtics don't do this. They try to run the same play, but it's a lot less polished. Al Horford doesn't set a screen on anybody here. They do, in fact, get the switch off, and now it's up to Jayson Tatum ISO on this 7-foot Mitchell Robinson who doesn't have great feet. The problem is, and Jayson Tatum has been hounded about this forever, Jayson Tatum does not have a left hand, which is ironic because he's left-handed and learned how to play basketball with his right hand because he wanted to emulate Kobe. That's besides the point. But Jayson Tatum has a 1-dribble pull-up right here with Mitchell Robinson switched on him. Dribble, get to your spot, elevate. He loses the handle, then he starts to panic, gets the handle back, runs into the defense. Now he's going to try to take the shot, gets completely obliterated by OG Anunoby. Doesn't even see Mikal Bridges helping as well. And he tries in desperation to get a pass off to his co-star Jaylen Brown. Ball game, end of possession. Knicks play incredible, great defense. Game over. That's gonna do it for this one. I know Knicks fans are ecstatic. Let me know what your thoughts are, what you agreed with, what you disagreed with, and as always, I'll catch you in the next one.